reporting on the games you love by people who love to game. The MMO Reporter Network. MMO Reporter's PAX 2012 coverage is brought to you by Guild Launch. Slay more dragons with Guild Launch. All right, I'm here at the Tryon booth with Russ, Vice President of Development for Rift, and we're going to talk a little bit about Storm Legion. Now, for those who might not have played Rift before, or who played and haven't heard that much about the expansion, what's coming up in Storm Legion?
Well, tons of stuff. The main thing we're doing is we're tripling the size of the world. Rift is all about getting patches, getting more and more stuff out into the content, out into the community, and we basically ran out of space. I need more space. I need more real estate. We're also doing a housing system called the Dimensions, which allows people to basically, you'll offer like little areas cut out of Rift, and then they can decorate them any way they want. They can change the skyboxes, they can put in giant trees, they can make forts, they can do whatever the hell they want. We're also doing our soul system. We have one new soul for every calling. So we have 4 new souls, we have new dungeons, we have new raids, we have new everything. Across the board, it's just a whole lot of everything.
Mm-hmm. So it's Crucia coming out into the world, right, and wreaking havoc.
Yeah, a lot of the dragons have been killed, and Regulos thinks he's well on his way to winning, but no. Now a power play happens, Crucia says, oh, no, basically stomps him, and then Crucia basically breaks free, and the real power in the world starts happening, and it ends up being Crucia. And then basically we tell the whole story of that way about her, and basically her dominion, basically strengthening over the world, and the new continents, and lost technologies, and all that sort of stuff.
So do the new continents have a general theme to them overall, or are they each a distinct area on their own that stands unique?
Well, that's an excellent question. So both continents have kind of a general overarching idea. Like Ravane is kind of a lost architecture, like kind of overrun with life, right? Kind of mutants, corrupted, really kind of nasty. And then you have Duskin, which is much more military-like, much more the Storm Legion's right there, think wars happening, breaking out. So Ravane is definitely a constant theme over it, Lost Empire. Storm Legion has a little wider variety between the zones and stuff than Ravane does, but both of them are definitely distinct areas.
So going through, and we're increasing the level cap to level 60, a whole bunch of stuff comes with that. Have you announced, are you ready to talk at all about what you're going to do with planar attunement? Is that just going to be put on hold for those 10 levels, or are you talking about that yet? Yeah, so we are actually going to, planar attunement, you'll be able to advance planar attunement as you go from 50 to 60. I'll tell you right now. Am I supposed to? I don't know. But they're not going to fire me. So you're going to be able to advance planar attunement as you're doing it, so we'll still keep it at 50, and you'll be able to get to 60, and it will just go at the same time as you do experience. Awesome. And looking through the other question I have, as far as that 50 to 60 range, Ember Isle is this great area where you can go to once you've hit level 50, and you can continue to have adventures that's challenging for a level 50 player. Are you looking at doing anything to keep that relevant as the level cap goes up to level 60? So at launch right now, we're not. We're going to keep Ember Isle the same way it is, but then if basically people stop using Ember Isle, we will do something to up it up and make it go. But it is give a nice alternative, especially on PvP servers. If it gets too bad, you have a nice little, another area to go from 50 to 52. It gives you another leveling zone, right? Because people can use it for leveling, just like now, because they can go past 50. Awesome. So we've got the Harbinger Soul that's been announced. I know that James Elrar was talking about. I think some of the names have been let out there. Yeah. Without giving us details, which of the callings has the soul that you're most excited about? It's the warrior. Yeah. I play a warrior, and it's we changed one of the souls. I love the Tempest, which is their new one. Yeah. I'll tell you right now. It's awesome. But we also changed the Warlord,
And I love the Warlord.
I ran Warlord for a long time as like an off tank in big raids and to try and get some support, and I really loved it. So I'm glad that you're getting in there.
Oh, it's fantastic, dude. It's great.
I like to hear that. I like to hear that a lot. Yeah. So we're getting into some new dungeons as well. We've talked about that. Are you looking at keeping the same general philosophy as far as the release of dungeons and raids, 10-mans, 20-mans that you've been going so far?
Oh, definitely. And that one of the things, we're going to keep the same philosophy. We're going to have, I'm about to release in like a week and a half, I'm going to release my 10th patch. I'm going to continue doing that. I'm going to get this expansion out. I'm going to start releasing patches. I'm going to start working on another expansion. And that's what we're going to do. And we're still going to release out raids. We're still going to release more dungeons. We're still going to release 10-mans. We're going to do that stuff. We're still going to release new features.
So we were talking earlier with Elrar about the test that you had recently with the PvP normalization, with getting rid of all the gear stats and stuff like that, and doing a test like that without promising any end result, but just trying something out. Right. What was the thought process that went into having a test like that?
Well, a lot of times people are debating what's going on with our PvP. And so we took out a variable. We took out the variable gear sets. And we said, okay, let's see what it looks like with everybody equal. Played pretty much the same. Right? And so we said, okay, that tells you a lot right there. It's not the gear sets that's the issue. And so that's why we did that. We're not going to normalize PvP. We're going to go forward with a different PvP. What we're going to work on right now, honestly, is working on getting better matchmaking, making sure we get to better matchmaking, getting fairer sides, doing stuff like that.
Awesome. Well, why don't we take a second? We'll go take a look at some Storm Legion stuff.
Sounds cool. I'm hoping we have it downloaded right now, so let's do it. What we're known for, Rift, is basically getting patches out. We're about to do our 10th patch, and one of the things we're finding out is we're just running out of space. So a lot of Storm Legion is just, how do we make it bigger? And so we made it bigger. It's 3 times bigger than it was live. And we basically added some new features because the players have been saying, hey, I need this, I need this, I need this. I agree with them, they're right. We agree with our players. And so we made the world bigger, adding more dungeons, more everything, more space so I can continue to patch, I can continue to deliver content. So the first thing we're going to show you, I want you to stop, I want you to get out of here. So this is one of our dungeons, but I want to jump right into dimensions because this is our player housing system. And Tarja here has been working on, at E3, has been working on basically a player dimension. And this is Tarja's little world that she's made. And she's put in a little jumping puzzle so she can jump around and just have fun. It's all free form. You can do all sorts of cool stuff in it. You can place things, whatever you want. She's made this really nice jump and diving board thing here. It is a little tricky. So then she can invite her friends or her guild mates, if this is a guild raid, come in and play with what Tarja made. And so right now, you see how it's raining? So it's raining right now, and that's really cool. But if you pick up that globe, why don't you pick that up? It stops raining. We give devices in here that change how the world works. Why don't you drop the telescope and show that one? You drop the telescope, we move the sun, you get a different skybox, you get something really cool. And these are all things the players can see in the world and say, God, I want to have that in my world. That was really cool. And so, Tarja, why don't you do the jump right now, which I love. Oh! Yeah, we turn collision off when you do an edit. No, go ahead. You can just go up there. No, don't worry about it. Just hit F9. We'll just say. But anyway, we want to give a lot of flexibility. We have a lot of really cool tools. Can you place the 2 rocks? I like showing. There's one feature I really like showing. It's kind of cool, and it's part of our engine, our game engine. So why don't you jump down? So if you place a rock down, there's a big rock, and you place another rock down next to it, the textures change as you're moving it to make sure the rocks match up in world space. So you're always going to get really good looking seams. You're not going to get big borders. They're going to match up correctly, and you'll make a really pretty world. We've also added, you can bring up your soul window real quick. We've also added 4 new souls. One of the souls we have right here is the Harbinger, which is the new made soul. We've added 10 new levels. Tons of new abilities. You can see the soul tree is kind of complex these days. And the Harbinger is basically kind of a melee mage. We're giving mages the ability to teleport into combat, do a boatloads of damage, teleport back out of combat, unleash a few fireballs, have fun. We also have a class for a new soul for every calling. We have rogue, warrior, cleric. They all get something new. So we have housing, we have new levels, we have new souls. What other cool things do we have? So let's go check out Volan. So one of the things we did is with more space, I can do bigger world events. I can do bigger things. And this is my bigger thing. I don't know, have we shown this to you yet? No, oh, cool, this is great. Then you guys haven't seen this. So basically, I wanted an end game zone event that was really special. I needed real estate to do this, and this is really big. I wish we had audio for this. He has great death metal like vocals. It's fantastic. He's coming out. He has a great little soliloquy right here. We are looking for environment interaction where the creature grabs things in the environment, he jumps on things. And this is outside. This will be triggered by players. You know, it's basically bringing a raid-like encounter out into the open world. Jumps down, and you can be at the base of him when he lands. So it really shows how large he is. So once you jump down, you'll get an idea how big he is. He is very, very large. He has various attack points that you can hit. You can attack his legs, you can attack his chest, and he has more in later phases in the combat. So once you go to one of the jump spots, Tarsha, so we're gonna jump over here into one of the jump spots. And this what we're doing here is we're allowing you to have fun, like move in, do some jumps. You'll be able to do some melee. You can jump forward, you can charge him. And you're also, if you do it at the right time, like right now, did you do it? No, it's not. When he's doing one attack, if you do it at the right time, we're gonna give you a buff. We're gonna give you a power up because you timed it perfectly. Let's see if he's about to start the attack, hopefully right now. There he goes. He starts charging up his armor. You jump right toward the center. You'll get a temporary ability, right? And now you have this really powerful ability that lasts a short period of time. You shoot it off, you do 200K of damage, right? And so we're looking for people to look for those opportunities, jump in. He also drops these little power-ups that you can pick up. There's one right there. And if you pick it up, you'll get a speed boost, you'll get a damage boost, that sort of thing to happen. So you can really move around, have some fun with the combat, really kind of play with it. So why don't you jump down, why don't you blow off one of his legs. So she's gonna attack his left leg, or right leg. What? Okay, do that leg. So we're gonna blow off that leg. So now this is gonna put him into a different state. And so now he's gonna start trying to protect his other leg that hasn't been attacked yet. And he'll start doing a swipe using that arm, I believe. And this attack is really dangerous. You really don't want to get hit by that attack. It means the party will have to move to the other side, you know, basically get out of his way. Let's blow up the other legs. So we're gonna blow off the other leg, and then let's run down and let's see if we can get his chest. I'll do it after this attack. Yeah, let's blow off his chest piece. So we're using some developer hack cheat codes here. And we're gonna get him into another state. So this is where he goes into his travel mode because he's gonna start going to the next phase of the combat. And like I said, I always like to point out, he moves very fast. He looks like he's moving slow, but he's so big. He moves about the speed of an elite riding like a mount. Once again, we're going for a lot of environment interaction, big hits, him landing on the bridge, cool stuff. And he jumps back down. And when we use the jump spot, At this point in the encounter, we're going to have some cannon, some basically almost like vehicular combat. You can jump in, you can shoot him, you can start shooting him. If you shoot him enough, he goes into another phase, which basically it tells the player to get out of the cannons. Because if you don't get out of the cannons, it will be bad. So this is a level 60. This is my post max level sort of an encounter. So we're gonna move down, and one of the things I'm doing here is if we turn to the left, you'll see the city. This is part of the city that is sealed off. The players can't get to, and we're gonna use events to open up areas that are sealed off. So he's gonna do something, and he's gonna open up the area to the players because he's gonna break down the wall. And then when they destroy Volan later in the encounter, they'll have some NPCs will appear. You'll get some new quests, some new crafting stuff. You'll basically get a new hub that will be available for a few hours, and then it will run again. And that's Volan right there. So the key part about the whole expansion is more real estate, so I can give more patches, more stuff, 10 more levels, 4 new souls, dimensions. I put in player housing. People love player housing, and just tons of raids, tons of everything.
So if people don't succeed in this event in moving it forward in the steps, they don't unlock the new hub.
They do not unlock the new hub. That is correct. If you do not succeed, you do not unlock the hub. And then when people, and it will be open to the whole world for a few hours, everybody can go there and get the hub.